Also, hard data that should annoy, just as equally as the emotive data that is put out there. The number of police that are assaulted each and every year. It's more than 6 a day in just New South Wales. Well, today the Daily Telegraph put together a list of the particular local government areas in New South Wales where police have been assaulted, like this lady, or plenty more. The extreme majority happen in the city of Sydney, 337 times in just 1 year. In Blacktown, 142. The Central Coast, 105. Penrith, 103. Campbelltown, 96. Police deserve our support because every day they go to work, there's a chance they could never come home. Oh, how quickly we forgot those 4 police officers who, by the side of the road, pulling a car over, were killed. Oh, how quickly we forget the more than 6 police who were assaulted every single day. Oh, how quickly some media organisations, some political efforts move to denigrate, demoralise and one day defund the very people who have the risk of being assaulted as part of their job. And these people are not being paid $200,000 like a backbench MP. These people are not being paid like the editor of a newspaper. These people are not being paid like many of those who scream on Twitter. Instead, they do it because it's a higher calling, and we support you, no matter whether you're in New South Wales or any other state, every single day. There are oversights that if things go wrong, you'll be accountable to it. In the meantime, we thank you for your service each and every night. Bronwyn Bishop, it's an important moment to note, isn't it, about how many cops are getting beaten up. To see photos like that are frightening, but believe it or not, even when there was video evidence of police being assaulted and the police service gave that vision and called up all the different TV stations, everyone but Channel 2 said, sure, we'll run it. Channel 2 didn't want to run it. Instead, if you've got a selective bit of editing of a interaction with the police that's negative, oh, they'll run that as the lead story, but they won't run the reality of policing in New South Wales.
Well, unfortunately, what we're seeing is that there's been a ramping up of this anti-police action, which has been inherited, quite frankly, from what's happening in the United States.
Correct.
Yes, there has been a diminishing of respect for police, and that's because a long time ago, right back in the RAN era, it was decided that you could insult police and somehow they just had to cop it. And that has grown and grown and grown. Summary Offences Act went and things got more difficult. And we've got to the stage where the society seems to accept that to be abusive to a member of the police force is somehow acceptable. Well, it's not.
No.
And somehow we have to reinstate that respect. But in this particular climate, while we've got what's happening in the United States being imported here, unsuccessfully really, but nonetheless they're trying to do it. There was a real attempt to see violence at that illegal demonstration the other day.
But that's why I took great strength out of, while it feels like there are many little losses every single day, that the rule of law stood, that it was able to be implemented, and the police were smart about how they interacted, that they didn't have the confrontations that, of course, these people wanted to justify further assaults and all the rest of it.